Hello, and welcome to this training where I'm going to show you how to use the Google Calendar appointment schedule. So, first things first, you need to sign in. So, I've got Google Chrome opened here, and I've navigated to google.com, and I'm going to go ahead and hit sign in. And we've just got a new employee here by the name of Ron Swanson. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in with his account. He is a counselor, he is a coach, he is a pastor, he is an all around awesome person. And we're going to set him up with a counseling appointment. And he's also interviewing for more counselors because he's a counselor of counselor. So, counselor of counselors. So, here we go. First things first, I've signed in, as you can see from my picture there, and I've selected this icon next to my profile picture, the Google App Launcher. Once I select that, you can see all the Google apps appear. You can rearrange these if you would like to, by the way. I don't need to, so let's select the Google Calendar, and here we are. Opens up to my Google Calendar, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have counseling appointments on Thursdays and interviewing people on Fridays. So given that this red line here indicates where we currently are, so I'm going to start my counseling appointment slots the following week. So I'm going to have a morning slot and an afternoon slot. My morning slot will begin at 9 a.m. So I'm going to go ahead and select 9 a.m. on Thursday, and I'm going to give it a name that makes sense to me when I'm looking at whatever appointment is being booked. So right now, event is highlighted, and we need to change that to appointment schedule. Don't worry about the date and time right now. We can change that later. The important thing is that this is selected. Create a new appointment schedule. Hit continue. And now we're given these options here. So counseling appointment is the title. What that means is when someone selects one of these appointment slots, it's going to show up in my calendar as counseling appointment, and then it's going to have their name in parentheses next to it. So that's what I mean by you don't just want to have all of your appointment schedules with a generic title like appointment. You want to have some clarity, especially if you're going to have multiple schedules created that are specific to different things. So, and in this case, it's specific to counseling. So, counseling appointments will say 1 hour, and we're going to leave some buffer in between appointments. So, my counseling dates are going to be, or days of the week are going to be Thursday, 9 a.m. to, we're going to go 12, 30. I'm going to adjust that to, let's see, 12:45, because that white space shows me how much buffer time I have, and I'm going to reallocate that space to between these appointments, and I want to have a good amount of buffer time between appointments. So 9 a.m. to 12:45, and I'm also going to have an afternoon time slot. So the way I accomplish that is I make sure I'm still on the same day, Thursday, and I hit that plus icon, and now you can see here I have an additional afternoon appointment slot. 12:45, so 1 hour. I'm going to give myself a little bit more time. We'll go 2, and we're going to go to 5. Let's see, 45. There we go. Okay, so I've got my morning and afternoon blocks set. Scheduling window, how far or when are we starting? So start and end dates. Let's see, I'm starting May 22nd, which is, it's the week of May 22nd, which that's fine. Ending, let's see, I want to have this appointment slot available for, You know what? We'll just go never. This is going to be a continuing thing. I can adjust availability in the future if I need to remove some dates, and I'll show you how to do that. So, scheduling window, start and end dates are good there. Maximum time in advance an appointment can be booked 60 days. So a client can book an appointment 2 months in advance. I think that's fine. I can leave that. What that means is they will not be able to book an appointment 61 days in advance. They will be able to book it 60 days and within 60 days. Minimum time, this is the opposite. So what this means is they will be able to book an appointment outside of 12 hours or beyond 12 hours ahead of the appointment. They will not be able to book an appointment within 12 hours of the start time. So, do I want to allow for same day counseling appointments? I think not. So, 12 hours would be a good, yeah, that'll be okay. We'll leave that at 12 hours. Adjusted availability. So what I can do here is I have what's going to happen now is every single Thursday from 9 a.m. to 12:45 and 2 p.m. to 5:45, I will have availability in my calendar for people to book counseling appointments. Now, if I have a vacation coming up, let's just say I do the week of June 20th, and so I'm not going to be available June 23rd. So what I do is I come in here to June 23rd and I select it, and as you can see, the 2 time slots that are available, I can set myself as unavailable during those times. So June 23rd, I am unavailable, and I also have a doctor's appointment the morning of the 16th. So I'm just going to remove all availability in the morning. There we go. And so if I look through my calendar now, I can see I have my recurring schedule, and then here's the day of my doctor's appointment. I'm not available in the morning, and then the following week, not available at all because I'll be on vacation, and then it continues as I've set it to continue. Okay, so booked appointment settings. Here's where I can set my buffer time. There we go, bring up a week here. Okay, so buffer time between appointments. Let's see, if I go 30 minutes, I can only have 2. I'm going to go maximum buffer time that allows me to have. Oh, okay, I need to select outside. Let's see, 10 minutes. Yep, I'm still good. 15 minutes, I'm good. 20. Let's try for 30. Nope. 25. We'll just go 20. So 20 minutes between appointments. There we go. And I'm still allowed to have, and I can still have 3 appointment slots. Maximum bookings per day. Do I want to be doing 6 counseling sessions in a day? Probably not. I'll leave that at 4. So what that means is once 4 appointments are booked in a day, it will remove any other availability for that particular day. Okay. Booking page photo and name. This just shows you how you will appear to the person booking an appointment. In order to change that, you have to actually go into your Google account and change it, which you can access from this link here. Location, all of these appointments they could either be in person or a Google Meet. So I'm going to say none to be specified later. And after a booking is made, I can go to that specific booking and enter enter in a Google Meet link if I need to. Description, I don't really need to put a description in here for anything. Booking form, it's going to collect the client's first name, last name, email address, and I'm actually going to collect a phone number just in case I need to call for some reason. Set that to required. You can also enter custom items. If this were like for technical support, for example, and I wanted to know what type of device the person is using, I could collect device type. Just as an example, but I don't need that. Phone number, add item, Require email verification. What this does is it will send an email to the person booking the appointment with a code. They will have to enter that code before they're allowed to book the appointment. So it just verifies that they are the owners of the email account. If you have, for some reason, some type of problem with people just trying to book up all your appointment slots for whatever reason, you can require email verification, and that would be a deterrent. Wouldn't completely prevent it, but would be a layer of a deterrent there. I'm going to leave it unchecked for now. Email reminder is by default. You can remove email reminders, or you can select them, and by default it's 1 day before. You can change that, or you can add to it. Like I'll add 30 minutes before, and let's go with 1 hour and then 15 minutes. How about that? We'll just spam their email with reminders. Okay, so save, and there's my counseling appointments. And then I also need interview appointments. So on Fridays, I'm going to be doing interviews and don't have as much availability for that. So we're going to start at 10 a.m. And, let me go. Let's see, enter view appointment schedule. 10 a.m. to 11:30. These are going to be a little bit shorter. Actually, let's go 11:45, and actually I can actually adjust that on the next page too. Create a new appointment schedule. So I could add to, see here where it says counseling appointment. That's showing up now because I already have an appointment schedule for counseling appointment. So if I wanted to add availability to it, I could do that. But I just want to create a whole new one, and that's a bummer. It just removed my title. There we go. Okay, so these are going to be 45 minutes, and don't need as much time in between these, so that looks good to me. And I'm going to have another slot starting at 1, 2, 2. We'll go 2:45. Keep it symmetrical. No, we'll go 3. So we can see what it looks like with, an asymmetrical setup there. Okay, so the scheduling window, we're going to do something different here. We're only conducting interviews. Actually, we're going to say starts now. Because my calendar was on June 5th, it's starting later, but I actually wanted to start sooner than that. So we'll start now immediately. And this is going to end at the end of July. We're just conducting interviews to the end of July. Then we'll make a decision. Okay. Don't want to leave that 60 days in advance. We're going to bring that down to go 30. And I do want some same day appointments to be set for interviews. So change that to within 2 hours. So what that means is a person could book an interview 3 hours in advance, 4 hours in advance, 2 hours in advance. They would not be able to book an interview 1 hour in advance or 1 hour and 59 minutes in advance. So within 2 hours, they cannot book an appointment. Outside of 2 hours, they can. This is opposite once again. Outside of 30 days, they cannot. Within 30 days, they can. Okay. Change dates availability. So I need to set the same situation here, but I forgot what those dates are. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. I can adjust that later. Let me remove that. Okay. Booked appointment settings. Yes, I do want some buffer time. Don't need 30 minutes though. Let's see, what does 20 look like? No, a little bit too much. 15 looks great. Still do 2 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. And 5 interviews, that's fine. I don't need maximum bookings per day. We can do 5 interviews in a day. That's okay. All right. So we're done there. Next. Leave that. Leave that because these will probably, no, these are all going to be in person. So in person, have to put a location. There we go. Go. Bethel Atlanta campus there. Interviewing for counselor for Bethel Atlanta counselor. How about that? There we go. Booking form first, last, and go ahead and do phone number just in case I need to call to cancel for whatever reason, or maybe to move an appointment around. Won't require email verification. Let's see. Email reminder. We'll do the same thing 15 minutes before and 1 hour before. Okay. There we go. So interview appointments. Now this is what the booking page looks like. I can book appointments. I can book an interview within 30 days. So as you can see, we've got the 4 weeks that are available. But if I go to June, what's that? My time may be off here. Yeah, I think, yeah, 30 days because June 17th, we're at May 19th. Yeah, so within a month, we can book appointments. But outside of that month here, we're not able to book any appointments. As we draw closer to these dates, so the next week, this will open up. The following week after that, this will open up, and so on and so forth. But if we look at the counseling appointments, oh, no. Move that, which start the following week. There we go. So as you can see here, I have my separate appointment schedules. Only interviews are available on this week, but then I have counseling and interviews available here. So I open this booking page, and this is going to be different because we can book 60 days in advance here. So it's May 19th currently, so June, July. So through July 14th, you can book something, but beyond that, you cannot. Okay, let's see. What else can I show here? Remember, I had some dates I wasn't available, and I had that set on my counseling calendar, but not my interview calendar, and here it is. So here we go. I found an error. Oh, no, that's not an error. That's my doctor's appointment, and that's on Thursday, so that's good. Let's see. But the following week, this is a vacation week, so what I need to do is I need to go in and set my interview appointments to unavailable for June 24th. So I can select that, hit the edit button, and adjusted availability, change a date's availability, June 24th, unavailable for both slots. Next, save, and there we go. So that's corrected, and I've got my schedule set up. And counseling is recurring. Interviews are only happening till the end of July. So if I advance to August, you can see here interviews disappear, but counseling is still happening. So if you have something that is never ending like this, you just want to make sure that you keep that schedule up to date when you have things like vacations or something that would interfere with those slots. You want to make sure you go in and adjust your availability so people don't book an appointment with you, especially a counseling appointment, and then you are a no-show. Let's see. Okay, so to share this, these are separate, remember, so they have separate links. So you click on it. So if I want to share my counseling availability, I'll click on that counseling block there, and I'll click this icon, copy booking page link. You can embed that in a website. You can send that via email. So I can send it here. I'll send it to Eddie. Eddie needs some counseling. counseling appointment now. There we go. So there's a link to the calendar, and I will send that off. And then for interviews, if there was some spot where you were, posting job availability for maybe open interviews or something, you could post that link somewhere. So that is it. There is how you set up appointment schedules. If you have any questions beyond this, please email eddief@bethelatlanta.com. That's EDDIEF@bethelatlanta.com. Thank you for watching.